Hello there, Wargame enthusiasts, and welcome back to Combat Mission Red Thunder, where we are dueling with an IS-2, and let's see if we can get away with it. And our Panthers continue to go wonky, and no, we cannot. What a surprise. Yeah, so that's one tank gone. Our artillery is pounding the village over there, however, what little chances of maintaining... maintaining what really? Of inconveniencing the enemy we had, doesn't seem like we will be able to keep that. For some reason this guy cannot see that tank over there, so that's a shame. Our artillery, like I said, is pounding. Our Panther here is withdrawing, and it even sees an enemy tank for a while, but doesn't do anything about it, unfortunately. Which is fine, because I think that was an IS-2 as well. Yeah, so I've seen this, I've seen what's going to happen. I knew the future before I told you what's going to happen. And now the question is, what do we do about it? And I thought about what I can do and the situation that we find ourselves in. So the situation is as follows. We've got 2 tanks and a handful of infantry troops. To be exact, we've got about a platoon and a half of infantry. We are up against a company of mixed armor and what looks like a whole lot of infantry. A lot of infantry indeed. They seem to be occupying all of the forests, and they seem to be occupying 2 of the 3 objectives, and it looks like they are about to set out to take East Road. So we really haven't got much of a chance of breaking through. So the way I see it, the sort of smart thing to do if it were real life would be probably to withdraw or possibly to give up, because this is just not going to work out. We obviously lost, we should have minimized our losses, but happily this is not real life. And we can waste our troops as much as we want. So yeah, so what can we do about the situation here? And we can either continue what we're doing now, which is try and take a peek at the enemy here and there and try to find isolated troops, isolated tanks to destroy them and sort of whittle them down. But unfortunately that doesn't seem to be very effective, since our Panthers don't seem to be the best tanks in the world, for whatever reason. We seem to have trouble spotting the enemy and finding positions where we could engage them actually at all, without being horrendously exposed, and the enemy is not moving. Furthermore, if we continue doing that, the enemy can just wait us out. I mean, the enemy at this point does not have to do anything. He's winning on casualties and he's winning on objectives. So, yeah, if he does nothing, if he just literally stays like he's sitting now for the rest of the game, he wins, we lose, game over. So what is it that we can do with this situation? Well, it seems to me if we can't stay where we are, we have to figure out some sort of way to break through. And whatever we are trying to do, it will be extremely risky and extremely unlikely to succeed. However, it's better than sitting here and letting ourselves get crushed, or in fact surrendering. Now, I'd rather fight to the last Panzerfaust and to the last Panzerschreck, if possible. But we'll see if that's going to be possible. I mean, so yeah, last Panzerfaust, last Panzerschreck, but I don't want to just sit here in the back line in my own bloody deployment zone for the entire game and just peek out, take a shot and peek back in. So I'm thinking we'll make a last charge, sort of charge of the Light Brigade. And I'm thinking there are 2 places where you can make that charge, and we can prepare ourselves a little bit before we do it. One place is on the left wing, between sort of the lake and the left border. Well, somewhere in the vicinity of this lake here. We can put down some smoke somewhere, figure out where the enemy troops are, and then try and rush through. And that would have been a pretty good plan if the enemy hadn't moved up his tanks over here. It might still, however, be the best plan we've got currently, because the other option is going through here. Probably emerging from the forest and then just trying to rush all the way through here and then trying to stop, well, somewhere here. And maybe try taking West Road or something like that. I don't know what kind of evil things lurk in here. There's probably something I don't... Oh, well, maybe he did move everything up front and center, but I don't know. So... yeah. So yeah, here or there. But we're making a last sort of rush towards the victory, towards the victory objectives. If we manage to actually end up here, that would be interesting, because we could just do all sorts of crazy stuff. Would probably die in the end. It's not a sustainable strategy if it works at all. I mean, if we actually manage to end up there with some of our tanks intact, or most of our tanks intact, which is 2 tanks intact, we're still probably not going to be able to do a lot, but at least it's going to be interesting, and at least we can sort of strike out. Maybe we can catch him off guard. Maybe we can just, you know, just basically catch him unprepared. Maybe even have some shots at his rear armor or something like that. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. I think he'd just move back to the village or something and try to find ways around me. But it depends how dynamic we are. Yeah. Up until those 2 tanks, well, 2 tanks I've seen moved around here and secured this part of the forest, this would have been a much safer bet, because I don't think there's anything too dangerous here. Or at least I didn't see anything too dangerous here. But the way through here is actually very limited, because there's this dried out riverbed, or whatever it is, this swamp, that's going to be difficult to move through, or possibly impassable to tanks. So you really have to go through here, and going through here is pretty risky in itself, because just enemy armor on the side of that forest. So yeah, I think we'll go for this one. In order to do that, we will try... Well, what can we try? Ideally, we'd want to make the enemy think we're making a move here. So maybe we want to move our tanks over here and then move them back very slowly. It's going to take a couple of turns. Maybe we want to put down some smoke somewhere, maybe here, maybe there, who knows. Find a place to put down smoke. Basically, if we put down smoke over here, he might think we're withdrawing these guys over here. Oh, there's a Jagdpanzer as well, I forgot about him. So if we put down smoke here, he might think we'll be withdrawing the Jagdpanzer. He might actually move in to secure this position. If we put down smoke somewhere here, he might suspect our ruse, which would be bad. No, this will only work if it's completely unsuspected. I mean, that's the only chance we've got. So we'll have to do this swiftly in one move, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, so no artillery support, maybe a little infantry support. We're going to pretend we're moving most of our troops out here, and then we're going to strike completely somewhere else. That's the best plan I've got. I'm sorry. I know I screwed this battle up completely, and the enemy has unfortunately been very vigilant with this one, so yeah, victory is definitely not ours this time around. But, well, I'd hate to go out without a bang. Yeah, so that's the plan. Maskierovka, basically, a little bit of a diversion on the left side and trying a last breakthrough on the right side. And after that, the enemy can do whatever he bloody wants with the remaining infantry that we've got. Okay, that said, let me set it up, and I'll see you guys next turn when I'm starting to put this plan in order. It's probably going to take a couple of turns to set up, though. So yeah, maybe something will happen and the enemy will do something before that, who knows. Yeah, anyway, see you guys next turn.